What it is, focus your homeboy first. Back again with another episode of The Realest. Most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. As always, I appreciate y'all for taking some time out of your day to spend some time with me. You feel me? Please encourage your partners to do the same, your family. You know what I'm talking about? If they real, they need to be down with the realest one. You feel me? We got another eventful episode for y'all this week. So make sure y'all watch all segments of episode 182 of Put It On Some. Okay? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share, and put all your people on it. But let's get straight into it. Okay, y'all see, we're starting off this week with some real shit. Starting with some real shit. Okay, I need to explain to some what black white supremacy is. Okay. I posted a tweet um talking about my disdain for black white supremacists. Okay. Long story short, I was like, I feel like I hate a black white supremacist more than I hate a white supremacist. Why? Because I expect my enemy to be my enemy. If somebody's against me, I expect them to try to harm me. I expect them to do wrong. You know what I'm talking about? That's what your opponent gonna do. It ain't like when you play basketball, you go on the court, you know the other team trying to whoop your motherfucking ass. Okay, you know that. You know that. Same thing with any sport. But when it's your own, when it's the people who claim to believe what you believe in, to stand for what you stand for, to love you like you love them, when it's your own, who betray you, y'all know good and hell well that hurts more. That hurts more. You feel me? Um, but when I posted that, some motherfuckers acting like they don't get it. Like they just can't understand it. Like that ain't simplistic enough to understand, okay? Somebody talking about you can't be a black supremacist. First of all, let's look at that. Okay. In my post, I ain't say shit about no goddamn black supremacists, which I'm against that too. I am not a racist, contrary to what many say about me. I am not a racist. I do not believe that my people, black people, are inherently better than all human beings on earth. I don't believe that. I am not a black supremacist. Okay. But black supremacists do exist. Black supremacists exist. Pay attention, read, study. If you read the autobiography of Malcolm X, you'll see that Elijah Muhammad was teaching Malcolm X black supremacy. Read the book. It's in there. This is not opinion. This is fact-based. Go read the book. Okay. Well, see, that's why that's why Malcolm X is so fascinating, because he went through all these evolutions. You feel me? By the time he was taken from us, he had left that black supremacy alone. Okay. He still wanted fucking justice for our people, but he wanted for all oppressed people. You feel me? And he wasn't trying to say that anybody was supreme to anybody else. He made his pilgrimage over there and he saw some things that opened his eyes. Okay. So black supremacists do exist. And I'm against that as well. All right. But what I addressed in my post was black white supremacists. Okay. But before I get into them, let's understand what white supremacy is. Okay. White supremacy is the idea that white people are supreme, that they are better than all other people, that they're better than black people, that they're better than Latinos, and that they're better than Asians, and across the board, all of humanity. If you white, you right in their eyes. Okay. So that means culturally, they think they're better than everybody. They think their culture supersedes everyone else's. That's why when they were being imperialistic, you know what I'm talking about, going around the world and taking over all these motherfuckers' land, they were calling everybody savages. and acting like these people who had their own communities and shit like that, their own religions, their own languages, their own customs, they were calling these motherfuckers savages. Why? Because they thought their way of life as white people coming out of Europe was supreme. Okay. That's white supremacy. It's not discrimination. Discrimination is an action. That's a verb. Okay. What I'm talking about with white supremacy is this way of thinking. Okay. This notion, this belief that white people are the best people on planet Earth. Okay. So when we look at what white supremacy truly is, okay, the idea that white people and white culture are better than everybody else, then hell yeah, you got some black white supremacists out here. You have some black people out here in this world who believe that white culture is better than black culture, that white people do things right and that black people do things wrong. Okay. You do have that. You do have that. Y'all know some of them. Hopefully you're not one. If you are one, I'm not the motherfucker you need to be watching. I'm not the motherfucker you need to be following on social media. Block me across all social media. Stop watching my shit. Tell YouTube not to recommend my shit to you. I'm not for you. Because I do not believe that my people are inferior to anybody. Not inherently. No, 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 no. Are there some humans that are better than other people individually? You know what I'm saying? Like those of y'all that go out there, you work hard, you take care of your motherfucking kids, you know what I'm talking about? You pay your bills, you ain't bother nobody, you try to uplift people, you know what I'm talking about? You a bad motherfucker. I salute you. You better than these rapists out here. You better than these liars out here. You better than these hypocrites out here. You're better than these folks out here scamming and shit like that. You are individually better than them. But I'm talking about inherently, like just naturally, like God. Some people believe that God made white people better and that their culture is simply better, that the way they do things is better. And you hear it in the motherfucking way that they talk when they talk about something that's white run versus something that's black run. When they talk about white businesses versus black businesses. When they talk about white schools versus black schools. You hear it or you see it if you're reading it on social media. So when I posted that tweet, I was watching Ed Reed's interview with the Pivot, and I'm gonna do a segment about that shortly, okay? But I was hearing some black white supremacist notions in the fucking interview, and it was hard for me to watch. So that's why I made that post. So I want you to be careful. Be careful what you say and try to ask yourself, damn, have I embraced some of these ideas? Am I slick believing in my own inferiority? Ask yourself that and check yourself. Because these motherfucking notions are being passed down to our children. I've said on here before, I'm going to say it again. I had a black child look me in my face this year and tell me that the place where he lives is poor because, and I'm quoting him, niggas run it. That's what the child told me. This child's 16, 17 years old. So he close to being an adult. He close to going out here in the world with that notion. So this child has no his child has been taught. He said this came from his parent. Okay. So this child has basically been taught that he's inferior, that black people are inferior, that when black people run shit, it ain't gonna be run right. So there's no mention of slavery. And where I was, this was somewhere in the Mississippi Delta. All right. No mention of slavery, no mention of Jim Crow, no mention of lack of industrialization in that area to this day. for reasons why where he lives is poor. This young king is being taught that it's poor just because his people are inferior. His people can't run shit. That poor baby is being taught black white supremacy. So I had to counter that shit. And I do that wherever I go. I do that when I sit right here in front of this motherfucking mic. And I'm gonna keep doing that. But it's hard, y'all. It's hard. You love a people and you try to lead a people, you try to inspire a people, or as my company's mantra is, I try to entertain, educate, and inspire. But I'm trying to do that for a people who has many in it who motherfucking attack you for trying to do that. How can you attack me for trying to tell you that you are not inferior? That's crazy. That's crazy. I try to tell you that they are wrong. God didn't curse you because you're black. You ain't cursed because of your coarse hair. You ain't cursed because of your thick lips. You're not cursed because of your dark skin. You ain't cursed because of that. But these motherfuckers will curse me because I'm telling them they aren't cursed. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? And then they'll defend the very motherfuckers who are perpetuating these black white supremacist ideas, these ideas that black people are inferior to whites. You got black people out here propagating that shit. And I ain't gonna let it stand. I'm not gonna be one of them. So if you want that shit, move the fuck around. Don't watch my shit. Unfollow me, block me, motherfucker. You ain't gonna hurt my feeling. I don't want your support any goddamn way. But for all the real ones out there, God bless you. And I love you. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.